Let's go to Bridget McKenzie now, who's a senator for Victoria. She's the Nationals leader in the Senate. She joins me from Wodonga on the Victorian side of the Murray River. Good to speak to you, Bridget. I just want to get your thoughts firstly on that COVID report. Do you accept that the federal coalition government, along with some of the state Labor and Liberal governments, made mistakes and was too draconian in its response?
Well, I'm speaking to you from the border, Chris, of, the great state of Danistan. And we only call it that because during the COVID response, we were the most locked down, our capital, the most locked down capital in the world. And even my own communities out in rural and regional Victoria were locked down for way too long. We couldn't even get our health services or our education services across our border communities. If you'll recall, it caused an incredible amount of stress. And I think we're going to be living with the consequences of the decisions this state premier made for a very, very long time. In terms of the federal government's role and response, as you know, setting up national cabinet was something a former Prime Minister did in a time of crisis I think in an effort to work together with the premiers to keep our communities safe and to keep our economy strong. And in a large part, those goals were achieved. But I found it very interesting today that both Premier Palaszczuk, state government in Queensland, and our own state government here in Victoria, and Labor state, are both sort of waving away the decisions they made as if they had to make them at the time and as if there was never going to be a consequence. And I'm sorry, young people's education, the mental health impact and the long-term economic impact will be with us for a long time to come here in Victoria in particular.